Hello everybody, my name is Ereo, and welcome back to another video on Fractured SMP. This is episode, I believe, number 13. And in a previous episode, it was technically kind of like two series episodes sort of thing, where it was episode 12 and episode 22 for my Let's Play. So yeah. Man, I'm kind of in a weird spot right now, but yeah, the previous episode was like anniversary day, which actually, to be honest, I was quite fond of. To be honest, I needed to do something, or not do, but have kind of commemorate both Fractured and my channel. So yeah, all right. So this is episode number 13, and I have a couple plans for today, or one huge plan, more or less, because I mean, it's not having to do with this particular section right here, but as your eyes might follow out this direction, there's just an empty like thing here, like kind of hill basically right here, and I don't know what to do with it. And to be honest, I think I mean, as a little like just to stray away from my huge main project right here, or the main project, is to do something else. And well, I mean, to be honest, it's a secret project, so I mean, I have ideas for it, and to be honest, I think all I kind of really want to do is just start building it. I mean, I would have went ahead and started mining this wood of started mining this way, but I don't even have a beacon here yet. I need to like lower it down a good couple of Y levels, and yeah, so this is kind of like a secret project. As that, I mean, I haven't even told anyone on Fractured alone, because who would ever go out this direction? Like, not everybody has this horizons either, so whenever they look out like this direction, they're like, wait, there's something here, whenever they finally stumble upon it. So I'm kind of like wanting to be on a time crunch about this, so it's not caught like directly in the middle. Also, I'll just feed you. Can I feed you? No, I cannot. Whatever, not a big deal. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, with this idea that I have planned, you guys will see in due time, after whenever I start building it, which is not this time lapse, but probably going to be the following. So yeah, I'll see you guys after this time lapse of mining this kind of just little quick mound right here. So as you guys can see here, I cleared out the main area that was necessary for what I'm going to be building here. Now, if you go out like this direction, it is really wide. Like the full extent goes out to here. I did not finish up that area, moving the terrain over, and at that, ooh, lag spike. And at that, I need to one day eventually change the ground to be maybe a bit more coarse and all that, like some debris or some look a bit more dirty than it be just dirt. But this is more of a temporary thing right here at the moment, and at that, this terrain might be extended just a little bit more and all that. And even at that, I mean, I might want to eventually just have it like a sudden, like almost like a, not a cliff, but just have a wall out over here. But that's for a later time. But right now, what I want to do is, since you guys still don't know what I'm building yet, and I'm still not going to share yet, I want to just build the frame of this thing and see if you guys are able to guess what I am exactly building. Now, now for the thumbnail, I might want to have to blur this, but it's something to at least think about, you know. I'll see. I'm not. I mean, you guys may already know. I don't know. That's the thing. So, I mean, without further ado, I am just going to build the frame. Actually, the resources for it all are right here. This wasn't just from this this section right here, but some of the stone over there was used for these stone bricks, and especially some smooth stone slabs and all that. So we have lots of stone bricks, and that should be enough to build this. And it's going to be big. So yeah, I'll see you guys after this crazy just frame building time lapse. There we go. We now have these big, basically frames for basically what I am building here. So, I mean, if you fly out this direction, well, actually, fly out onto this mountain right here, this short mountain. It's actually, the actual structure is taller than a mountain, so yeah. Scaling is maybe not the best, I have to say. I mean, just looking at it, I mean, the scaling, bleh. But whatever. I mean, maybe one day this mountain can become huge or something. I don't know. Just getting ideas, you know. But this is basically the frame of what I have. As you guys can see all the way up here, you guys can probably see some... I'm seeing some ghosting on my screen, apparently. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. But with that being known, you guys might be able to recognize it. I mean, it is definitely one of the more interesting structures, to say the least. Just because of how I mean, you guys might be able to recognize it, but I'm still kind of wanting it to be a surprise. So it's not done yet. Of course, it isn't, because it's just the frame. And kind of what I'm thinking I want to do is inside here is basically put like, put what's like just lots of platforms. Like each one of these basically lines right here is like a floor for it. Maybe every other, I can't remember, but basically it's going to be like, yeah, it's hard to describe without giving away the thing, but there's going to be lots of, I'll just say, copper grates in here where it's going to act like as platforms inside each one of these. And then, oh wow, lag spike. And then out here, there's going to be some props. Props in replacement for a different term. You guys will see eventually as well. Some props, so that's going to require some iron, some pale oak. Didn't have too much, and also I think I need some frogolite for the lights on these things. And then lots of iron. So I don't know where I should get that. But I think the first thing I want to do is go back over to the original trial chamber that I've always been going to for copper, and because I need a lot of copper, yeah, so I'm going to need to do a lot of mining. It's like I need lots of shulker boxes for that, because it's more than the frame there. So yeah, I'm going to need that, and also some copper trap, a lot of copper trap doors, which I might have to, can you decraft? Well, I'll figure that out. I might have to mine for copper, and actually I might want to borrow from Noodles. Actually, I'll probably ask him later, but see if I could borrow as long as I give him back some stuff. So yeah, I mean, I need the full just regular copper blocks like this. Oh, and apparently there's lots of lags. Like, what's with my RAM being so high all of a sudden? I need to fix some of that stuff. So yeah, copper grates. I wonder, are these waxed? They are waxed. So I need to just get rid of lots of these here. And then just in general, grab all the copper grates I can, and just general copper. Ooh, actually that's a good amount here. I might actually get through this pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let me just get this copper stuff. And I believe that should be it. Are these guys gonna restock? No, I think this is the second time restocking in this day. Maybe? Or unless if it's the ones that I haven't traded with. I think it's the ones that I haven't traded with. So I needed 256 lanterns around that, so that's almost 4 stacks. I think that should be enough. I probably have some spare laying around. But I do want to point out what I did at the trial chamber. And this is what I did. I cleared out basically almost everything in this trial chamber except for the cut copper, because I don't need the cut copper. And yeah, so except for this area, which is largely unexplored and is a mess to handle over there. So that's why I didn't do anything over there. But in general, I got rid of all of this copper, and it's actually enough for what I think I need to use it for. So let's head over to the project area. I already did some nether mining. Oh wow. Those redstone torches on the top are messing up the distant horizons slightly. But I mined a couple trees over in that pale garden right there. And I got the iron as well. And went into nether for some quartz. For the kind of match. So I have so much copper grates. Now, I did let these oxidize here and there. And yeah, a lot of copper trapdoors. I decrafted the full copper blocks and then remade these copper trapdoors. Got a lot of ladders, a lot more iron related stuff, a good amount of brown concrete, which you guys will see eventually, but they'll kind of go almost in the center right around here. So yeah, and then there's that, a lot more of that. There's the pale oak that I mentioned. That should fill up, and that's the last little bit. So I have lanterns, and wherever I could fill up next, which I think it's this right here. So I need to clear here a little bit, a slight little bit, like place a random thing here and there. Like there's just a couple of these spare blocks that I just don't need in my inventory at the moment, or in these chests at the moment, and or shulker boxes at the moment. So yeah, that should be enough to fill in the lanterns and the redstone torches I need. That is way too many redstone torches, but I had a good amount of redstone on hand. I do not need this glass at all, but whatever. So, I mean, since this is about how much I got all the resources, all I need to do now is actually just build thing, you know? Like, so I'm going to probably start on this side, completely finish each one of these holes, or these kind of towers. These 4 are going to be interconnected, and this one isn't. This is kind of meant to act like something interesting to go along with that. Also, I do not need you. They've been getting annoying a lot as of late, so hopefully, yeah. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's just do the crazy, probably long time lapse of finishing this thing up. So this is the Duga radar tower, or at least an inspiration from it. Because as you guys can see here, I mean, yeah, you could see all the radar bits. It is really shrunk down. This is not like the huge array that the Duga radar tower had, but, and also a little bit of context for people who don't know, but and I'm probably butchering it, the name of it, but also this radar was I'm not going to give like too in depth because I don't even know what it means either. So hopefully, so this thing was made inside the Soviet Union. It was actually made inside Ukraine, right next to Chernobyl. You guys might be familiar with Chernobyl, with the disaster that happened there back in the late 80s, I believe. I might be wrong, but this was a radar tower that basically, I believe, was used for spying, not on Americans, but it's just a long range tower, and it's meant to go very far distances. Now, why am I making something that technically would have been the spy thing? Well, I'm not doing it for spy related stuff, but more of the fact that I'm thinking of more using this for other things, like more fiction than, or science fiction than, instead of non-fiction, where this actually transfers lots of energy to, let's say, to spawn. I have ideas of like having a central station where it can receive a good amount of these energy all the way kind of close to spawn, and then out that direction close to Noodle's area to help power the World Fair, and so on and so forth. This kind of idea, but why did I build this first then instead of where the actual power source is from? Because, well, as you guys can see, there is no really power source for this thing, and this is where this thing comes into play right here. See this little pit right here? I didn't, or as time went on, I didn't realize that either it felt like the ground sunk into itself or something, but I mean, it seems like right here has a huge amount of energy, and I wonder if it's creating a heat source. So I wonder if I could fill this thing up with water, and then at some point harness the water to turn it into either whatever energy needed to both power this, but also not to just power that, but power Ereo itself as well, because, well, it might be best to make the power source beforehand, or you create the city, because if the city doesn't have power, then kind of makes sense, like, you won't be able to light up much. So I think, yeah, so to kind of go back to the radar tower, I mean, there was a lot of like work that went into this, like, or not, it was a lot of work, I have to say. I mean, there was all of those copper grates I had to place, and then these orange, excuse me, brown concrete right here is basically the wires for it, as I like to say. Now, I didn't fully, or actually I kind of did fully handle it, where you guys might be able to see right up here, see how there's these cobblestone walls. These go straight into the radar tower. So I don't even need to make connector pieces. These are like direct power access for all of this. And right up here is just kind of like a lookout point, but the main lookout point is on the side right here. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of this build. I mean, there's some redstone torches on top for signaling, but also it's good for better communications. You might be able to see the Firewatch Tower. Actually, some of these things are not the redstone torches, but this entire array is also meant as a communicator between future Firewatch Towers as well, because yeah, these are not just one purpose only for energy, but also for communication, theoretically, I think. So yeah, going back to this area, eventually I know I'm going to need to make a building here, but I think the first things first is to flood this thing right here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is get rid of the trees down here, but also kind of semi-terraform this corner a little bit, because I'm thinking it's going to be really, really high, like basically almost right up to this level right here, like this Y level right here, where this is the maximum water level right here, and goes around and basically eventually maybe even a river to go down and connect with that river, because I have another idea. Or over here with the pond up there, maybe another river go to there, so it kind of interconnects, and down here might be something interesting to say the least. Maybe some more integration with my part of the area. That makes sense. But with that being known, I think my best bet right now is just to fill this area up with water, cover the caves, and make it functional. Semi-function, or at least see if the energy is actually down here. So yeah, I'll see you guys after this kind of time lapse of making this another lake. Have this lake all mostly done now. I mean, you can see all the magma on the bottom and all the obsidian, I think. Actually, if I go down, you guys can see what I exactly did. So like I put the magma, or put the obsidian down, and then just made huge blobs of magma around here, which I don't know. I feel like I need to make it slightly more sporadic, because I don't know. It just feels too organized on the bottom. I could probably fix that later though. So yeah. But also, I have died on the underside of this multiple times trying to light this thing up, because this is not the original Y level that it was on, or the ground level was on, because I wanted to kind of act like, lava came up, or magma or lava, however it's called, came up, and yeah. So that's kind of how it is for down there. But for up here, it's not exactly how it's supposed to be yet. It needs to go up a couple water levels, but I mean, I have a plan of making a quick dam like around between here and there somehow, or where the water is, and it will probably raise the water level up by a lot more, and yeah, that's kind of what I want to try and do at some point soon. But I mean, that's kind of for a later time. Also, hopefully the bed's available and no mobs are around it. And there's a mob. Well, I'll just be up on top of here. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this lake ended out. There probably will be a little bit more modifications to it and some more structural stuff to it as well, because this isn't the final form of this, because I still need to make a building for this, and then maybe even some streets and all that around here, so it's not like, you know, just these two things just on random, you know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, actually one thing that I like, you guys might be able to see it, but there's a slight color difference in the center, and I kind of like how it almost looks warmer almost than the rest of the edge of the you know, the lake that used to be a kind of almost looks like a sinkhole, you know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, with the water being up higher, it would definitely expand the lake surface area a lot more, but also I can add a little bit more decorations around it, maybe a fence or whatever, however I shall do it. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of plans for all the stuff around here. This was just a start. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is basically all I had planned for this video. So I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video on Fractured SMP or anything else. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.